Voices to hear.
Hello everyone and welcome to the new episode of Voices to Hear. My name is Lea, I am a volunteer from Germany and will spend 1 year living in Macedonia. In today's episode I am glad to have a very special guest joining me. Hello Finn. Finn was born and grew up in Freiburg im Breisgau in Germany. He studied business administration in Hamburg. In 2022 he went on a spontaneous weekend trip to Skopje and immediately liked the city. Soon he decided to actually move here and build a new life in Skopje. Today, he works as an influencer and shares about his experiences in Macedonia online, whether it is a trip to a beautiful city, exploring the Macedonian culture, or watching a sports tournament. You might have already seen his face appear on your For You page before. Welcome, Finn. We are very happy to have you as a guest of today's episode.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nice to be here. Funny to talk in English. Even though we both know German, but yeah, no problem.
We don't have a choice, I guess. Let's start with the question that I'm sure you hear a lot, especially when you also came here. Why Skopje and what made you decide to start a life here?
So to be honest, why Skopje? I mean, it was the capital and you come somehow end up always here when you fly here. And yeah, it was so random. Like you've said in the introduction, it was the cheapest flight was there. And I don't know, we Germans, we like to travel. I think you're the same. And you're always checking for the cheapest flights. And I don't know, Wizz Air, Skopje, Hamburg was the cheapest. And I was thinking I would just live here. But I was a little bit stupid. Like I was very young, kind of naive. I still had my apartment in Hamburg. I had to cancel that one. I had to stop my studying, my dual studies. And it was a bit of a struggle to get my permission to live here. I don't know how it went for you.
Yeah, my visa procedure took some time as well, so I can imagine. But was there like a specific thing that you kind of felt here or saw here that made you decide you want to actually move to Macedonia?
To be honest, it just felt right. The decision was maybe kind of stupid at that point, but it was just about the feeling, you know. I felt very comfortable here. I like the people. I like the nature. I like the feeling of living here, especially in summer. It was very, very beautiful. Or it's very beautiful, especially in Skopje.
So then you actually began to start building a life here and living here. Was there a specific moment when it really hit you like, okay, I'm not just visiting this country anymore, I'm living here? And were there also things that were very hard to adjust to or very easy to live with?
I think the moment actually was when I passed my 90 days of visa-free travel and I had to go out. Because then I realized, okay, actually I'm living here.
Yes.
But yeah, apart from that, I don't know, I learned a lot of things in the beginning. Everything was always adjusting. I found my girlfriend back then after some time. So like with her, it was always easy. And then, you know, with her family at some point, you know, this is how it's going in Macedonia. You know one and then you know everyone.
Yeah. We have Arthur, who's also a volunteer here. He also has a Macedonian girlfriend. And I think you really get to know more people during that. Very, very easy. Sure. So everything was okay, easy, or anything that was very hard?
Yeah, there was a lot of bullshit actually happening. I can share. Why not? To be honest, the first thing, we had some Airbnb and the guy from the Airbnb told us, we can help you to find an apartment. So we didn't see the apartment, but it was just like with my friend and we checked the pictures of the apartment. We were thinking, okay, it's nice, but actually it was not so nice. And it was here in Erzurum, like very close to where we are right now. And the apartment was very old and I don't know how much exactly we paid, but I paid more than for my apartment in Hamburg, but it was like worse.
Whoa.
So yeah, we stayed in there, but the apartment was not so beautiful and there was some issue with the water. And for example, we had like a leaking water in the toilet and the water went down to the apartment below us. And so this lady was a little bit crazy and she came up and she called the police and after some time we switched the apartment. And after that we got to know some taxi driver. This is also something that happens very often. I don't know if it happened to you before, but you know, you have some taxi driver and he's saying, hey, my number here, you can call me.
Yes, I know that.
And we were trusting him maybe a little bit too much. At some point, he just switched off the taximeter and we always paid him like after the day, you know, like he was driving us around. In the end of the day, we gave him, I don't know, 1,000 dinars.
Yes.
And we do this all day, you know, and we also took him to restaurants and I don't know, it was in the beginning, it was good, all nice. He was very cool with us. But he started to ask for more money and we paid for his rent, even of the car.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was at some point in Cyprus for some holiday. And even there he called me and asked if I can send him money because he doesn't have money. And I don't know, it became a little bit too much, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we kind of fell for that. Because, you know, we were thinking, why not to help him? You know, it's this German thing, like you like to be nice, you like to help. Yeah, somehow we fell for that. So this was a little bit of a fail. And actually this guy, he said that he will help us with the residence permit, you know, to stay here. So I don't have a visa, but I have like a residence card.
Yeah.
Like in Germany, this ID card. He said, I will help you with that. And he found some lawyer who wanted, I think, 8,000 euros to get this visa, you know.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay, nee, like this is not going to work. And, you know, because of that, I had to fix everything by myself. I stayed some time in Sofia, Pristina, and had to wait for my days to come back, you know, to return, to have again visa-free days here. And yeah, how it went after that. Let me rethink. Yeah, I had to open a company here. I was here very often in this big building. I don't know if you know that, like get documents. Louvre.
Yeah, I had to go
You've
there
been
too, I know, yes.
Nice. That's cool.
Okay, so let's move on. Since we are both from Germany, I guess you also had many very funny encounters also in Germany when you told people that you were going to move to Macedonia or you're living in Macedonia. In my surrounding, for example, many people often couldn't tell me where it is located. And honestly, before I came here, I also couldn't have told you. So for someone who knows nothing about Macedonia, no history, no culture, no cliches, nothing, how would you introduce the country in your own words?
Yeah, it's a very small but beautiful country. Very mountainous. I think that's very important to know. I think 85% mountains. Very nice, honest people who are especially nice with foreigners. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they're nicer with foreigners than among themselves sometimes. I don't know, with a lot of culture, a lot of history, a lot of interesting places, a lot of churches, beautiful churches, monasteries. I think that's how I would introduce it.
I think you would be a good tourist guide, I would say.
Thank you.
Also, you just talked about the monasteries, the churches, everything. And in the videos, you can see that you've traveled a lot around Macedonia over the years. Is there like a place that's very special to you or you have a favorite?
I really like Bigorski, the monastery. I don't know, probably you haven't been there.
No, I don't
It's in the very east-west of Macedonia, on the border to Albania. And you're somewhere there in the mountains and there's this lake Mavrovo. Maybe you know the lake.
Yes.
And behind there's this monastery.
Okay.
It's like in the middle of the mountain. You have nothing there, no mobile net. Totally in the middle of nowhere. But it's very, very beautiful there. And the monks there are extremely nice and extremely open. I think it depends where you go, but sometimes if you have the feeling, if you go to the church, like people are very close and you feel like a little bit scared to go there, or you're scared to do anything wrong, or you're scared to, I don't know, that you do the crossing wrong, or that you, I don't know, that you're on the phone, or I don't know, like that. But they're very open there, and they know English, and they're very nice there to everybody. Like I feel the most chill there. For example, when I'm at home and I'm eating, like I'm on the phone, like watching YouTube or doing some bullshit, and there you are like sitting all together eating. Sometimes the monk is reading from the Bible. I don't know. It's like the vibe is totally different.
Oh, nice. My family will come to visit me. We go to Ohrid, so maybe we can.
Yeah, it's on the way. You can actually go on the way there.
Is it easily accessible by car?
Yeah.
Good tip. Thank you for that. Yeah, and I mentioned already your videos. You do a lot of social media, and you've also built quite an audience, I would say, by sharing your life in Macedonia. Has that visibility kind of influenced the way you experience the country, or do you also connect with people easier?
I think actually no, to be honest, because Macedonians are so nice and open with foreigners. Even before, people were always like nice to me. When I said I'm from Germany, everybody was super nice and opening. And here I can show you this, I can show you that. So to be honest, the people didn't change because of that. Like even before, like I was here 2 years before I started Instagram. Like I started in 2024 and I came in 2022. So yeah, 2 years I was here without filming. And yeah, I think the experience was, to be honest, the same. Like people were nice, open. I think no, people are pretty much the same.
That's a very good thing, I would say. So one thing that many people, when they come here, also mention, and also when staying in Macedonia, is how a simple walk to the supermarket can actually turn into a coffee invitation. And as you already said, like you meet a lot of people are very open. Is that also your experience?
Yeah, maybe in that aspect, you're right. To be honest, sometimes it's a little bit too much for me, for my German brain. Like, I could go all day on coffee with people, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, sometimes I don't know if you're like this, but people always say, oh, Finn, you have so much energy, but my social battery at some point, I also need to just chill at home without anyone. And Macedonia takes a lot of like energy, but like in a positive way. But if you meet with people on coffee and, like you go 1 hour on the coffee or two, I think it's very easy to find friends here like this, especially as a foreigner, I think. Yeah, I think it's nice. I don't know if your experience is like this.
Definitely. Yeah. So many people and you just get, we can come here, you can visit me there. Yeah, Macedonians are very, very inviting and very hospitable. I think it's very easy to get to know people. Yeah, definitely. Very nice about the country also, I would say. In your videos, you also often explore sports, also local sports, no matter whether it's football, it's handball or something else. How is the sports culture here, and would you say it's different from what you're used to in Germany?
I think it's very different, especially in football. I mean, of course, it's a little bit less professional because, there's less money available. So I don't know, have you been here at the football match or some spots?
I went to Macedonia against Kazakhstan.
Nice. I was there too.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, this was nice, actually, 0-0. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it needs to be a little bit more professional. Like for example, in the stadium, like in your case, Macedonia against Kazakhstan. Actually, I think back then you were able to buy some drinks things. When I was like the first years, you can't even buy anything to drink in there. Like you're in there, it's 40 degrees outside and you can't buy water. Like it doesn't make too much sense. If I would have something to say in this football federation, I would definitely put there, I don't know, some fan shop, sell this, sell that, you know, like this German thing.
Yeah, the beer in the stadium. I was so confused.
I don't know. Apart from that, people are very passionate. In terms of football, I think there are less people in the stadium, but also the games are at like some very weird times. Like for example, tomorrow Vada's playing at like 1 p.m. But what normal person has like time 1 p.m. on a Wednesday to go to the football stadium? You know?
Yeah, not many.
Handball is very nice here. I would definitely recommend you to go to a handball game.
Okay.
So the handball here, to be honest, I've never been at a handball game in Germany. But here the handball is very, very interesting. And you have those like hooligans inside into the handball stadium. And the atmosphere is very crazy because the place is closed. And sometimes they have like, you know, this pyrotechnic like inside of the stadium. And you're thinking like, how is this even possible, illegal? You know, like they're in the closed space in the arena.
Yes.
With those flares. They insult each other. I don't know, like the handball here is crazy. If you go to the derby, Bitola against Skopje, like it's totally crazy. They're spitting on each other, insulting. They went on the field, punch each other. I saw everything. I was in Bitola now in November. And one lady was next to me, and we were next to the Vada fans, but in the Bitola area. And they threw some, I think, coin on her, and she was bleeding here. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. But apart from that, yeah, they're very passionate about handball.
Yeah, I see. I always think the ultras and everyone, they're already passionate, but this sounds
it's
very
same like Germany, I would say.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar.
Okay, very nice. So there's one more question if you would like to answer. When you think about the future, do you see yourself staying in Macedonia long term, or is that still unfolding?
And yeah, I want to stay here actually. Maybe in the nature, outside of Skopje, build some house.
Maybe in the monastery with the monks.
Yeah, that's a little bit too far away.
Yes,
but yeah. You? In your case, do you like to stay longer than 1 year? Could you imagine living here?
I really like the 1 year, but I think after I will go back, see my friends again, my family. I want to study in Germany, so I think for now I will go back definitely.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I will definitely come back to visit, but maybe not for living for my whole life.
Nice.
Okay, thank you so much for making the time and joining us today. It's very interesting to hear about Macedonia and its culture, especially from somebody that used to be a visitor, but now became a true local. And I'm really looking forward to watching the next videos.
Thank you. Fala.
To all our listeners, thank you for joining us today. And don't forget to join us next time for our new episode of Voices to Hear. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Voices to Hear.